Because there was a conversation. I think we're going to start here. There was a conversation online the other day. Apparently, the WWE backstage, the Steelers did something. WWE backstage are really into B-Fab. The other night, she was in a 3-woman match. It was her.
And she did good.
It was Candice LeRae and Bailey. Mm-hmm. I think it was her, Candice LeRae and Bailey.
Her Candice LeRae and Bailey.
She lost the match, but her being on TV apparently made a lot of people realize we've been seeing that she's been at the Dungeon 2.0 with Natalia working on a Yami. As a lot of people been seeing on her IG, she ain't no slouch when it come to cutting a promo. I'm not saying she's like the top tier right now, but if you go to her Instagram and see the promos that she's been cutting, you can tell kind of why they position her where they are with where she is with the Street Profits.
She came in. B-Fab came in as I want to say she was an athlete, a collegiate athlete.
She's like a whole like jujitsu or something. Like she's got fighting.
But she was regarded high when she came in.
It's a reason why they picked her. Yeah.
The year that she came in, are you fucking kidding me?
Here he go.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
The year that she came in, she was highly regarded, right?
Right.
And it was like they gave up. It was like they just gave up on her. She needed some work.
She was young, very green.
But it was just like they gave up, and nothing ever came because she was if I'm not mistaken, she was in a class with AQA, right?
I'd have to check, but probably.
And I feel like there were a few other people who were more polished than she was, and they just stopped. They just stopped whatever they were doing with her. Right. And then you had class after class after class of more polished individuals, and she just fell by the wayside. And then putting her with in these stories that never went anywhere, it was just like, you know what I mean? F it. But it's been people championing her in the ring for a while, like AJ Francis. He's been talking about her for forever.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like she never really got a shot. And when it was out the blue, this last week was completely out the blue.
It was random.
Expected this to happen.
She got booked for that match, and it honestly, I'm sorry to cut you off, but it felt like I'm glad they put her in a match because she's been with the Street Profits at the ring, whatever, for months. Like, I'm glad they got her wrestling. And timeline, it felt like people was really feeling what was going on in the ring. But the report is that let me get I don't want to say the official word, but they're saying that a number of staff and talent were watching the match backstage, and she's gained a reputation as working hard to improve, her work in ring. Which, again, if you've been watching online and seeing,
she's been doing this shit on her own.
We've been seeing it.
Yeah, she's putting in the work too. You know what I mean? To get to where she is. Like, yeah, you should be championing that.
But this is also like I feel like this may have been the first time she had like a match on TV since we started seeing her do that work, right?
Correct.
So is this a happy accident, or is this someone noticing her?
I think it's a happy accident. I feel like because it sounds like when the reports that came out weren't like we just discovered that Shorty is dope. It's like it's like here's an emphasis on what y'all saw on TV. Like, it's not just that was a fluke. Like, she's been improving for a minute. Like, it sounds like there's like the progress report has been, over the last couple of months. But I think for the people at home, because I can't tell, I'd have to look. I'll look on Cage Match in a second. I can't think of the last time I saw her wrestle. Maybe WrestleMania when they had the women involved in the match with Judgment Day or whatever. Not Judgment Day, Final Testament or whatever. Like that may have been it.
It was weird because I felt like she needed to Like I felt like she saw those eyes on her, and then when they talked to her, she kind of tried to move the gaze back to her and the prophets as a whole and what their character change is about to be. I mean, I think I said it on here, but more I think I might have more so said in the chat is I know a lot of folks are like break the prophets up and free Montez and all this. I actually see it better if they do HBK, Diesel, and Sherry with them. You know what I'm saying? As in like Montez is Sean, of course, Dawkins is Diesel, and Sherry is B-Fab. But if B-Fab can wrestle, she can actually add an extra you know what I'm saying? She can add an extra layer to what that faction could be.
Yeah. I never really thought like she never I don't recall hearing her on the microphone, and I don't recall her getting a lot of reps in the ring. So I don't fucking know.
I think it's actually a good thing that this is happening the way that it is because and I think about Lash Legend too. Some girls you just don't get to see. Electra Lopez is the same way. You just don't see any of these girls in a ring capacity. And I think that might be a good thing because maybe they may say, oh, these girls could be, main roster like players, and we don't want to wear them out per se, or some people, everybody's route is different, and maybe they're not going to do the NXT thing in the same way that everybody else does, right? I thought B-Fab did good. Watching the match, I was pleasantly surprised because I haven't really seen anything from her. So I was pleasantly surprised when I watched it. And I like her body, not that that means anything, but she has a tall physique. It's different, and her swagger is different. She has a different type of swagger that I think is fresh, and I don't see it often. I'm tired of them red braids, but
that's what I was gonna say. It was more the look that was the issue.
like it's something about her, like the way that she carried herself. That's just a little different. And
she had a promo on socials this week too, and this is for me. I noticed her from that because I noticed like her voice is dope, right? So like I'm like, oh, she could do more, and like she can do, like I said, everything that I said I would like to see for her and the Prophets, but she could do her own thing as well. Like I think hopefully like this week I think we're seeing the beginning of something, and I think it's dope.
Yeah, I think that coupled with the Street Profits had a whole tag title match that got destroyed by what's the name?
That's ass by Ciampa
ass in the weak ass Timberlands that he had on. Like, and
the boneless Timbs.
He had them boneless Timbs on for real. Shout out to thank you, DDM. Shout out to Jermaine for putting that piece together about Montez, because it was a situation where we're trying to figure out not just what's going on with someone like B-Fab, but what's going on with the Prophets. Really, what's going on with black folks in general. Like, it's been too much. 5-6 years since they've held a world, maybe 7 years. I forget what the exact time frame is since they've held a world tag title.
It hasn't been 7 years because when I first started watching wrestling, I think they had the belt at that time.
It's been like 6.
It's been whatever the DDM. There was one year where New Day held a tag title for the one show, and the Street Profits held the tag title for the other show. And they did the draft, and the two tag teams switched shows, so they literally handed the titles over. They're like, "Oh, we're the tag champs for this one show, but we're on the other show. Here, take our titles. Y'all take y'all titles." Like that's all it was. Like it was. They've done a lot of shit that. A lot of shit they wouldn't do for MCMG and some of these other tag teams where they feel like they're reputable, which I think kind of blends into. It's been 4 years. Thank you, Megs.
Yeah, Meg said 4.
Shout out.
I remember them seeing it when they had the
Nigga, what the fuck is that?
That's Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. I like to eat them dry.
I respect that. I don't like milk,
but
so
they don't like it.
I don't.
Never mind.
Not dry. Not true.